Chamundaye Viche. We remember Shivji Bhagwan, Satyam Shivam Sundaram he is known as. Removes all difficulties in our path and helps us to have a bright and prosperous future. Trayambakam yajamahe sugandhim pushtivardhanam urvarukeva vandhanat mrityormokshiyamamritat. Hara Nama Parvati Pataye, Hara 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 Mahadev. We pay obeisance to our Guru. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Gurur Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Shri Guru Maharaj Ki Jai. We pay obeisance to Krishna Ji. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansa Chanur Mardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru. Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru. Om Klim Krishnaya Namaha. To all of the Devis and Devatas. Om Sarvadev Sarvadivya Namaha. Prem Sabolo Shri Govinda Krishna Bhagwan Ki Jai. We join in this beautiful bhajan. I sent the words, I don't know, I hope that we have it. Jai Ganesha Gananath Dayanidhi Sakala Vighan Kar Dur Hamari Mama Vandana स्वीकार करो प्रभु चरण शरण हम आय तुम्हारे जय गणेश गणनाथ दयानिधि जय नंदलाला जय गोपाला जय नंदलाला जय जय श्री राधे गोविंदा मन हजले हर का प्यारा नाम है श्री राधे गोविंदा मन भजले हर का प्यारा नाम है नंदलाला हर का प्यारा नाम है श्री राधे गोविंदा मन भजले हरि का प्यारा नाम है नंदलाला हरि का प्यारा नाम है गोपाला हरि का प्यारा नाम है श्री राधे गोविंदा हरि का प्यारा नाम है जय नंदलाला जय गोपाला जय नंदलाला
जय जय श्री राधे गोविंदा मन भजले हर का प्यारा नाम है
मोर मुकुट सरगल बनमाला केसर तिलक लगाए केसर तिलक लगाए मोर मुकुट सरगल बनमाला केसर तिलक लगाए
केसर तिलक लगाए
वृंदावन की कुंज गलन में सबको नाच नचाए
ओ
वो सबको नाच नचाए श्री राधे गोविंदा मन भजले हरि का प्यारा नाम है श्री राधे गोविंदा
मन भजले हरि का प्यारा नाम है.
You know why this is such a beautiful bhajan? Man bhajale hari ka. So in our mind we are singing the name of God. What are the names? Jai Nandalala, Jai Gopala, Jai Nandalala, Jai Jai Shri Radhe Govinda. Man bhajale hari ka pyara naam hai Shri Radhe Govinda.
मन भजले हरि का प्यारा नाम है.
By the banks of the Yamuna river, all of the gopis and gopas got together. Yamuna kinare bhen charaave Madhav Madan Murari, Madhav Madan Murari. Yamuna kinare bhen churave Madhav Madan Murari, Madhav Madan Murari. मधुर मुरलिया जभी बजावे हर ले सुध बुध सारी हर ले सुध बुध सारी श्री राधे गोविंदा मन भजले हरि का प्यारा नाम है श्री राधे गोविंदा
मन भजले हरि का प्यारा नाम है. जय नंदलाल जय गोपाल.
In your mind keep going Jai Nandalala
जय जय
श्री राधे गोविंदा मन भजले हरि का
प्यारा नाम है.
गिरिधर नागर कहती मीरा सूर के श्यामल भाया सूर के श्यामल भाया. All of these bhakts, Meera, सूरदास, श्यामल भाया. गिरिधर नागर कहती मीरा सूर के श्यामल भाया सूर के श्यामल भाया. तुकाराम और नामदेव ने विठ्ठल विठ्ठल गाया ओह विठ्ठल विठ्ठल गाया हो राधे गोविंदा मन भजले हरि का प्यारा नाम है श्री राधे गोविंदा.
मन भजले हरि का प्यारा नाम है.
नंदलाला हरि का प्यारा नाम है नंदलाला हरि का प्यारा नाम है श्री राधे गोविंदा.
मन भजले हरि का प्यारा नाम है.
श्री राधे गोविंदा मन भजले हरि का प्यारा नाम है मन भजले हरि का प्यारा नाम है मन भजले हरि का प्यारा नाम है. प्रेम से बोलो श्री गोविंद कृष्ण भगवान की जय. Let's join together in singing Hanuman ji's name to give us the Val Buddhi Vidya Dehu Mohi Harahu Kalesh Vikar to face this upcoming week with strength, knowledge, wisdom and inspiration. Hanuman ji, I'll pass the microphone for the harmonium. Thanks, Sitaramari.
श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रजा निज मन मुकुर सुधार. वरनो रघुवर विमल जसु जो दायक फल चार. बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरो पवन कुमार. बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि
हरहु कलेश विकार.
जय 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 हनुमान. जय 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 हनुमान. जय 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 हनुमान. जय 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 हनुमान.
Oh, जय 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 श्रीनिवार सुमति के संगी कंचन वरन विराज सुवेशा
कानन कुंडल कुंचित केशा हाथ
वज्र और ध्वजा विराजे कांधे मूज जनेऊ साजे शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन
तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन विद्यावान
गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिवे को आतुर
प्रभु चरित्र
सुनिवे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया
जय 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 हनुमान जय 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 हनुमान जय 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 हनुमान
जय 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 हनुमान
सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा
विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा भीम रूप धरि
असुर संहारी रामचंद्र के काज सवारी लाए
सजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुवीर
हर्षि उर लाई रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई
तुम मम प्रिय भरत सम भाई
सहस बदन तुमरो यस गावे
अस कहि श्रीपति
अंजल गावे
सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीषा
नारद सारद सहित अहिषा यम कुबीर दिखपाल जहाती
कवि कोविद कह सके कहाते
जुम उपकार सुग्रीव ही कीन्हा
राम मिलाय राजपद दीन्हा
तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना
लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना
युग सहस्र योजन पर भानु
लील्योताई मधुर फल जानू
प्रभु मुझिका
मिली मुख माही जल दिलांग गय
अचर चिनाई रे कम काज
जगत के जेते सुगम अनुग्रह
तुम्हारी जेती
राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे
सब सुख लहे
तुम्हारी शरणा तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना
आपने तेज संहारो आपे तीनों लोक आगति कापे
भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे महावीर जब नाम सुनावे
नासे रोग
हरे सब पीरा जपत निरंतर हनुमत वीरा
संकट से
हनुमान छुड़ावे मन क्रम वचन ज्ञान जो लावे
सब पर राम
तपस्वी राजा जिनके काज सकल तुम साजा और मनोरथ
जो कोई लावे
सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे
चारों युग पर
ताप तुम्हारा है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा साधु संत के तुम रखवारे
असुर निकंदन
राम दुलारे
अष्ट सिद्धि
निधि के दाता असवर दीन जानकी माता
राम रसायन तुम्हारी पासा
सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा
जय जय
bolo Shri Pawan Putra Hanuman ki
Jai.
Jai. Let us do some prarthana. When we come to Mandir, we come to pray, to come to do puja, to sit upright, to think of God, to bathe Him with our love always. And this beautiful stotra which comes, composed by Sri Shankaracharya ji, we do puja in full to Shivji Bhagwan. So let us now go to the Shiv Manas Puja. Are we able to play it on the... In this puja that we will be doing in our mind, we'll be offering prarthana, puja, all of the articles to Shivji. It is beautiful. It is something that helps us to focus, and that is important. So many times our mind is just full of noise and distractions. This helps us to do puja wherever we are. There is also the word version if the PowerPoint is not able to open. I'll start. Ratnaikalpitumasanam himajale snanam cha divyambaram nanaratna vibhushitam mrigamada Modankitam chandanam Jati champaka bilva patra rachitam Pushpam cha dhupam tatha Deepam devadanidhe pashupate Hritkalpitam grihyatam Sauvarane navaratna khandarachite Patre ghritam payasam Bhaksham panchavidham payodadhiyutam Ramba phalam panakam Shakanamayutam jalam ruchikaram Karpura Kando Jalam Tambulam Manasamaya Virachitam Bhaktya Prabhu Chhatram Chamarayoryugam Vyajanakam Chadarshakam Nirmalam Veena bhedi mirdanga kahalakala Geetam cha nrityam tatha Shashtangam pranatihi stutir bahuvidha Hetat samastam maya Sankalpena samarpitam tava vibhu Puja grihana prabhu Atma tvam girijamati sahachara Prana shariram griham Pujate visayopabhogarachana Nidra samadhi sthiti Sanchara padayo pradakshana vidhi Stotrani sarva girau Yadhyat karma karomi tadharakilam Shambhutavaradhanam. In this beautiful conclusion of it, I didn't go through all of the meanings because the puja itself that you would do in your mind is one for you to do. But in this closing that goes Karachanakritam va kayajam karmajam va, we ask that all things that I have done that have been negative, all sins, may they be removed. Shravana nayana jamva manasam paradham. And things that I've heard that I shouldn't be listening to, and places where my mind has gone that I should not be putting it, please forgive me for those. Vihitam avihitam va sarvamekta kshamasva. And any actions that I have done, Prabhu, please forgive me. Because why? Jaya Jaya Karunabhe, you are the all merciful, all omnipresent God. Shri Mahadeva Shambho. Iti Shrimad Shankarachara Virajitam Shivamanas Puja Samaptam Prem se bolu Shri Umapati Mahadeva ki jai. Hara Nama Parvati Pataye Hara 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 Mahadev. Before we continue today with a thought coming from the Ramayana, we invite those who are the children here today, and I know we are all children, big and small, all children. But today we are restarting the children's class, and so we ask all the little ones who are here to go downstairs to the Mandir class. You'll go join, son? Yeah, okay. So you go with Isha, Chayabua, and the others who are in the back. And all of the bigger children, we would listen to Ramayana for a little bit. You know, when you listen to Ramayana, there's something about it, I don't know about you, but there's something that just tunes your mind into God. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama. Shri Ram Jaya Ram
Jaya Jaya Rama.
Dharam Dhureen Dharam Gati Jani. Kahe Uma Tusan Ati Mriduvani. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya
Rama. Sri Ram Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama.
पिता दीन मोहि कानन राजू जहाँ सब भांति मोर बर काजू आयसु देहि मुदित मन माता देहि मुध मंगल कानन जाता जनि स्नेह बस दरपसी रे आनंदु अम्ब अनुग्रह तोरे तब श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम. से बोलो सियापति रामचंद्र की जय. Shri Ram, summoned by Kekai Mata, informed by her the words and wishes of his father, Raja Dashrath, that he is to spend 14 years in the forest, goes to tell his mother this, because his mother is expecting him to be crowned the crown prince of Ayodhya. And it begins, Dharma Dhurina Dharma Gati Jani. It is so beautiful because he is a champion of righteousness, Dharma. He is rooted in righteousness. And here's what he says to his mother. Pita dinha mohi kanan Raju. My father has given me the kingdom of the... Where was he sent? So my father has given to me the kingdom of the forest. He could have said, as many people would probably say, I don't know, I was expecting to get the kingdom, but I don't know what happened. Somebody came and said, whatever. But when his mother asks him, his response is, my father has given me the kingdom of forest where I will have many opportunities. I want us to remember, Pita dinha mohi kanan raju, jahan sab bhanti mor barakaju. So many opportunities and chances I will have. Opportunities and chances for what? I'm not focusing on that, but I want you to listen to his words because there's relevance to what I want to speak about. Therefore, grant me leave, he tells to his mother, grant me leave with a cheerful heart so that my journey to the forest will be joyous and with your blessing. Don't be fearful for me, Ma. Mother's Day is next week, and we know how our mothers would feel for us if we're just stepping out the door. Even when I leave in to go work, mother's still looking out to see, is he safe? Don't be fearful. Anandu amba anugrahatore. Because by your grace, I will be happy. He recognizes that the source of his happiness is one from his father and also from his mother. It is important for us to understand and think about ourselves when we are faced with adversity. How do we react? You would think that for someone who has grown up for all of his up to then, so almost 16 years, being trained and being supported and being groomed to be king, his expectation in administrative law, it is called legitimate expectation. His legitimate expectation was that he was going to become the crown prince and then king. Yet his mother, Kekai Mata, who he also considered as mother, demanded the boons, and now he's going to the forest. What was his response? My father gave me the kingdom of the forest with many opportunities. And you know, I want to use an example that I know I have spoken about before. I told you several years ago about an incident that had happened to me. Working in Port of Spain, I took the water taxi, as I was wont to do many times. That day was incessant rain, flood everywhere. Everywhere, to the extent that walking back to the water taxi, by the way, it is 0.75 of a mile, so going and coming, that's 1.5 miles from where I work, my office, to the water taxi. Walking back, flood everywhere. I have to walk through now with my nice shoes and my nice pants. Socks is soaking wet. Go now to the water taxi to get the 5:30 sailing. Rough, the sea is so rough that the water taxi cannot berth. You know what I mean by berth? It can come, not have a berth, not have a happy Janam day. It is coming so that we can board. So we are seeing the water taxi out in the ocean. I still have the picture of it. We're seeing the waves crashing into where the office is almost. And there's no way of getting home. So I walk now to go back to see if I could get a bus. No bus. I walk to see if I could get a maxi or something to go down. No maxi. So I walk back now. And all you can see is all the forlorn persons. Concerned, tired, because by now it's like almost 7 o'clock. And nothing is happening because it's not easing up. And it's very easy when one is faced with adversity to start blaming everybody. Well, we start with God. God, look at what you do. Weather. You know, one thing that irks me is that if you look at sometimes in an insurance policy, they would evade, they would say, I would avoid risk due to an act of God. What is an act of God? An act of God for me is a blessing. But act of God in the legal world is something that destroys your home. God doesn't do that. God is not meant to do that. What is happening with all of this global warming? Those are acts of man and people. And carbon footprint increasing. And destruction of the ozone layer. Those are things. God didn't do that. He gave us something really nice. So those are, I take umbrage. They say the word is used, umbrage. That bothers me when you say act of God in that sense. One could quarrel. One could see people now wanting to quarrel with the water taxi people. It's not their fault. People cursing. How you react to adversity defines you as a person and what happens with you later on. Because every one of us goes through negativity. And what do you do first? Stop and assess what is going on. What are my conditions? Well, my bad is I can't get home. My good is God has blessed me. If I wanted to stay at the Hyatt that night, I could stay at the Hyatt if I wanted. God has blessed me to still be safe enough that I'm around all of these people who all have the same thing. Maybe I can help them. How you react to adversity defines who you are and what your training is. And when we face negativity, when we face unhappiness, is it that we sit down? I could have sat down and cry. Woe is me, look at what is happening. I can never get home. I will not eat again ever. Because everything is closed by then. Or do you sit down and you think, how do I make my positive things even more positive? For some people, you know, I keep saying this, every moment that comes is a new moment to change our future and our life. I spoke about karma before, prarabdha, and all of these other types of karma before. I won't go into that today. We have a moment to make a difference for our future. And I sent this to some people this week, that your future, the good thing about the future, it hasn't come as yet. We can make the future what we want. We can make our future what we want by the choice that we make. And the choice that I had is to probably sit down and cry if I want, or quarrel and carry on with the water taxi people if I wanted. That was not my choice. And that was not the choice of the majority of the people who were there. So your choice, my choice, how are we taught to choose correctly? Well, this is how we are taught to choose correctly. We come here. And look at how it started, you remember? Dharma dhurina dharma gati jani. So Sri Ram is focused and founded and based on Sanatan Dharma and Dharma. So that is how this set of Chaupais begin. By telling you that what your foundation and base is who you are going to be, is who you are going to be when you make your choices. The thing is, we can say today, everything is going wrong for me today. Everything is falling apart. Everything, I've lost my job, I don't have any source of income, my children are not well, whatever it might be, you may be thinking all of these things. The next question is stop, assess, and then what is your choice going to be? So I will give little examples of what the choice could possibly be from my way of thinking. When you sit down to have your cup of tea, sit down and drink your cup of tea and put a book next to you and write, what are your choices for your life? These are the good things that are going on, and these are the bad things that are going on. And my tea is taking a little while to get cool, so I have plenty time to think. And sometimes all we need is 5 minutes to sit and drink our tea and think about what we are going to do with our day. Am I going to get up and pray or not? Am I going to get up and meditate or not? Am I going to get up and exercise or not? Am I going to get up and think positive thoughts or not? Each one of those that I've mentioned are choices we all have. Those are not choices that are beyond any of us. Those are choices we have. I could decide to get up at 10 o'clock this morning instead of getting up 5 o'clock this morning. That's my choice. And I could decide when I get up at 5 o'clock, I could work out for 20 minutes and I could do puja after I have a bath and feel invigorated for next 20 minutes if I want. That's 40 minutes out of an hour. So by 6 o'clock, I can start my day eating and starting whatever it is I may do. Or I can say today's Sunday, I could stay home and lie till 10 o'clock and do nothing. That's my choice. But guess what? Look at the choices that you all have made today. You have decided to come here into the Mandir. And that is a wonderful choice. Why? Because it helps to shape what is to come for you. So when you reach into adversity, what happens? Your immediate thought is, Shri Ram, Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Rama. Shri Ram, Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Rama. When we have difficulties, Mangal Bhavana Amangal Hari Drava Uttara Charaga Ajira Vihari. Prem se bolo Syapati Ramachandra ki jai. So we are being taught that. By coming here, by thinking if we have difficulty, our first thought is not to curse this one. It is not to quarrel with that one. It is not to say act of God to bring down and destroy, but to say act of God, please give me the grace that you have come for. You have come to inspire me. Give me that grace, please, Prabhu. But it is important when we go through this process to live in the now and the present, because this is what is happening now. I, on that day, was presently at that point in time stuck in a situation. I can't start thinking, well, maybe I should go to Tobago and relax. What, you know? I can't think about what caused all of this. What cause? Maybe it is global warming. Those are not thoughts to have at that point in time. So you have to be present with your thoughts at that moment, because only then can you make a decision how to move from there. To be present is as you are doing here today. You are present, thinking of nothing else but the now of what is happening at this time. What is happening at this time? We are singing Shri Ram Jaya Ram. Like that. That is the present. We are not thinking about home, hopefully. We are not thinking about, for me, the football game later. I'm not thinking about it. I am thinking of God now. What are my choices now? And sometimes we feel, listen, I want to end it off with this because it's 9:17. I know we all want to do RT. But this thought process I want to share with you. When I stood there, I come back to this example because for me it was a real example. My options included, as I say, I could stay in Hyatt if I want for the night. My motivation was to come home. To achieve that motivation, I have my Dulahin. She was ready to jump in the car to come for me. If I called my mother, no matter what, she would drop everything and come. My brother, my sisters, if I just say to them, I need assistance, I have people I could rely on. That didn't happen overnight. It did not happen overnight. It wasn't like I just got up that evening and said, well, I have a friend who suggested and offered to send a maxi taxi for me and all the people who were my co-workers. Why? Because of relationships that I built up coming along the years, whether through my family, whether through friend, whether through my spouse. But we now think we don't have those things. My life at home is not a good thing. I don't have a supportive family. I don't have people I can talk to. I don't have no one that I can rely on. That is why it's a good choice you made to come here. Because you have a chance today to spread the definition of your family. Your family includes every one of us here, because when you see these faces with or without the mask, anywhere, you know they are there for your back. They are watching after you. They are thinking about you. They will be there with you. They will support you. Pandit Rudy comes here every Sunday. You know you can rely upon him. All of the members who are here, you know you can turn to them. Vishnu Bhai, Gangadin Bhai, Dindyal Bhai, all of them are there. Everybody who is here are a part of a network, of a family created by a positive choice you have made to come here and make them your family. And your choice to get up and come to the Mandir today is to foster that relationship. Not because you're going to have adversity at some point in time, so therefore here's my family to help look after me. But what if? What is my support? Who is my support? Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Rama, Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Rama, Mangal Bhavan Amangal Hari, Drava Shri Siyapati Ramachandra ki jai. So much to talk about. There are parts of that set of chaupais that I wanted to touch, but maybe another time to talk about opportunities, because that's the other part of how he faced his adversity. He looked at the positive. He looked for support from his mother. But opportunities, we'll talk about that another day. Today now, we'll continue. While bhajans are being sung, you will come up again, paying attention to the COVID regulations, keeping socially distanced, wearing your gloves as you come up to do your arti. And as we come up and we sing, offer your heart and mind to God. That's why we are here today, to pray, to develop that relationship for God's grace to be showered upon you. Siyapati Ramchandra Bhagwan ki jai. Bhajan.
घट
शिव जय जय शिव
As we prepare for the next bhajan, Mukesh Bhai is around. I'm not sure if, yes. If, can you just come for one moment, please? से बोलो श्री उमापति महादेव की। ओम नमः शिवाय। प्रेम से बोलो श्री उमापति महादेव की जय। जय श्री राम। We feel inspired now, don't we? Before we move on now to stand for Aarti or final Aarti, just want to mention a couple things. First of all, our thoughts are with the Samlal family who have lost a loved one. Close our eyes for a moment and we recite Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. May Krishna Bhagwan bless her soul. May she be close to him and held safely. Other things that I want to just mention to others, to all of you who are here. As you have seen from today, the children's class has begun, recommenced. I want to encourage those of us who are looking on and would like to ask to get more information. Jaya is here, we probably provide the numbers, whomever it is, so that those who are looking on and don't have an opportunity to help their children along with prayers and coloring and fun things and activities for the children along the lines of Sanatana Dharma, here is an opportunity to do so. So you can bring the children, you come too, and make sure that you come and let them. It is up to what age, Jai? 10? 9? I'm not saying it. Sorry. Age. 3 and up. So that means I could go too. Hari Om Tat Sat. So bring the children, those children who would like to come, those parents who would like their children to come, those children who would like to bring their parents to come to Mandir. Here's an opportunity to do so, so we can learn and pick up and understand some stories that are relevant to our lives. Secondly, yoga class recommences, is it next week, Monday? And I want to encourage everyone. Choices, remember I spoke about choices. And the choice of yoga is a wonderful choice because done in the manner in which it is done, it helps us to become harmonized with our prayer, our center, our thought process, our focus. Exercise is just by the way. I want you to understand that because asanas, as they are called now, they are all important to helping us become flexible, but that's not the purpose of yoga. So come, take part, make a choice so you can do it yourselves. 5, 10, 15 minutes in the morning after you've learned from a Monday, come and go to the class, and then you could do it and continue it. As I say, 5 minutes in the morning, when you get up, 10 minutes, 20, whatever it is. But make it an everyday thing so that you could help channel your mind and your thoughts along positive paths. With those few announcements, unless there's anything else, then I would ask that we all stand together to do Aarti and we'll join together in singing praise to Bhagwan. Ambika Devi, you are leading us.
Om Jai Jagadish Hari Swami Jai Jagadish Hari Bhakt Jano ke sankat Daas Jano ke sankat Shad mein dur kare Om Jai Jagadish Hari Jai स्वामी सब कुछ है तेरा, तेरा तुझको अर्पण, तेरा तुझको अर्पण, क्या लागे मेरा। ओम जय जगदीश हरे, ओम जय जगदीश हरे, स्वामी जय जगदीश हरे। भक्त जनों के संकट, दास जनों के संकट, क्षण में दूर करे। ओम जय जगदीश हरे, ओम जय जगदीश हरे, ओम जय जगदीश हरे।
We offer blessings to all. May God be with you, protect you throughout the day and night. May God's grace inspire you. And may the acts of God in your life be ones to inspire, motivate, and elevate you. May God's grace permeate throughout your home and your family. And may you be happy at all times. Shiva Hare, Shiva Ram Sake Prabhu, Trividha Tap Nivaran He Vibho, Aj Janeshwar Yadav Pahiman, Shiva Hare Vijayam Kuru, Kamalalocan Ram Dayanidhe, Har Guru Gajarakshak Gopate, Shivatano Bhava Shankar Pahiman, Shiva Hare. Om Tvameva Mata Cha Pita Tvameva Bandhu Cha Sakha Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva, Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. प्रेम से बोलो श्री गणेश भगवान की, उमापति महादेव की, श्री वृंदावन विहारी लाल की, श्री नवदुर्गा देवी माता की, श्री महालक्ष्मी महासरस्वती माता की, उमापति महादेव की, श्री पवन पुत्र हनुमान की, सर्वदेव सर्वदेवी की, सत्य सनातन धर्म की, सद्गुरु की दंडवत। जय जय सीताराम। सीताराम सब कोई। Look at the persons next to you. Tell them, Sitaram, those are the faces of your family that you have chosen this morning. May God bless each and every one of you and protect you throughout this week coming. Jai Sitaram.